And here he goes. Thank you very much. I'm Bill Grisolia, and I'm running for Congress. Thank you so very much for coming this evening, and let's drink one for beer and politics together, shall we? Hey! Yes, I am running on the beer ticket. I've been here in Long Beach for 17 years. I have 2 kids at school here. I've been active throughout the community. And that's going to be a point of differentiation when you look at the different candidates that are running and you try and evaluate them. Because you're going to see by the end of this evening that we have in this room the top 5 candidates. And that's an incredible thing. By the end of this evening, I hope you're going to see that you have the top 2. Because this campaign is really about you. It's about your ideas. It's about what you want to accomplish. And it's not about me. Although I hope that you will select me as your representative to help you accomplish what you wish to do. And so, these issues, I'll get to them in a moment. I've highlighted them as the 4 E's plus H and S. And those are education, the economy, employment, and the environment. H stands for healthcare, and S is for safety, public safety. Now, before I do that, before I get into these issues, and by the way, these are the issues that we have developed over time as we've talked the district, and we've gone from house to house, as we've talked with people in settings much like these, we found that those are the issues that are important to you all today. We'd be happy to entertain these questions at the end, and you may reveal some additional issues then. Now, the reasons that you should vote for or consider voting for me are because of this proven success that I'll get to you in just a moment, my record in the community. But I'm really the unity candidate. Other candidates in this race want to talk about race, but this election is not about race, it's about unity. It's about unifying the community and making the strides for the issues that the people want. This election is also about new leadership and new vision. And that's why I hope that you'll see by the end of my talk this evening that you can get new leadership and new vision for this district. The proven success that I've alluded to before is most important because it's spanning more than the other candidates in this race. That is to say that I've had proven success in the private sector, and I mean in business. I've had success in the public sector, and that means positions. And I've also had success with the nonprofit groups. In fact, if you look in tonight's bio, you'll see that I've worked here in Long Beach over the last 17 years with over 60 organizations. It's that kind of proven success that you can get, and it's that which you can't get with any other candidate. Now, on to your issues. The most important one of the ones that I listed is probably employment, jobs. People want good paying jobs. And when you go on my website, you'll see the Grisolia Jobs Plan. And by the way, I'm the only candidate that has a comprehensive approach to this. The Grisolia Jobs Plan is a 5-point program. It involves work on the port and the goods movement industry. We're going to try and develop 100,000 jobs in the next 5 years using the logistics and the trade in the port. Training is a 3-point program. It involves not only schools, but it also involves unions and the education, and that's detailed on the website. And finally, there's an incentive program, a full package of incentives to help businesses, small businesses, medium-sized businesses, develop additional jobs. Obviously, that's important to our community. Education is also important, and you want to get to universal education. Now, I've got 2 kids in the Long Beach schools that just received an award from the Long Beach Unified School District for my work with the school district. And I got to tell you that it's very important to me that we get universal education, that we get multiple pathways to success, and that the incredible things that we've accomplished in Long Beach that we can take throughout the district and throughout the nation. And that's the kind of leadership which you can expect from me. In terms of healthcare, there is no better healthcare candidate running. And I've got to be honest with you about this. I worked for 14 years for Memorial. I worked with all the doctors. I worked with all the Memorial groups, with all of the doctors' groups. I worked with that nonprofit business. I worked with all these different partners, not only in my role at Memorial, but also with Long Beach Cares. I'm on the board of that, which is the foundation which supports the public health department here in Long Beach. Unique, there are only 3 cities. in California that have public health departments. So the only candidate in this race that can combine business savvy, public work, and the nonprofit sector is the one standing in front of you today. And I hope that you will give me your vote. For that reason alone, solving healthcare isn't going to be easy. And Jenny, and you're quite right about that, and Mrs. Clinton knows too that it's going to take a lot of work. But the best person who can unite the disparate elements and all of the stakeholders involved is the candidate that stands in front of you today. In terms of energy, the other candidates have made an important point. But maybe what they didn't talk about was they didn't talk about the skyrocketing gas prices. And maybe it's not time for us to hold hearings on that in Congress anymore, because every time the prices go up, we hold hearings, and then we don't do anything about it. So perhaps we should take those conclusions of those hearings and implement them now. But most importantly, we have to go for alternate energy. We know that we have to do that. When I met and had lunch with Frank Zarb in 1975, the first federal energy czar, we knew then what we had to do, and that is we have to develop alternate energy resources, and that's what we'll do together. Finally, in terms of the environment, we know that those alternate energy sources are going to help us with the environment. People want to reduce greenhouse gas. They want to reduce global warming, and we must do that. Specifically in our district, it's quite clear that with the goods movement industry, that we must make sure that its progress, and there's no question that it's going to continue. There's no question that it's going to continue to grow, and we're going to grow good jobs there, real jobs that can help lift people out of poverty, that can help them advance in the middle class. And that's why the Grisolia Jobs Program, once again, is a great program. But we have to do it in a clean and reasonable way. So those are the important issues, plus safety, and that's everything has to go in a way of safety. That is to say that we want safety in our homes, we want safety at the port, we want safety nationally and internationally. We want a strong America, and we want an America that's a good neighbor, so that we can undo some of the problems in the world that have occurred under the last few years, last two administrations. So, again, what I'm asking you to consider this evening is I'm asking you to consider a candidate of unity. These are your issues, and you need to select someone who can best represent you. And the person in the room that has the proven success in all of those different areas now humbly asks for your vote. And let's drink another one to Kieran Gallagher.